Hi, welcome to the Kindergarten Art Project. I'm Miss V, and I'm going to tell you all about your art project. But first, let's get your teachers set up. To get ready for this project, it's a very simple setup. You're going to need 5 paper plates, the 5 recycled bottles I already have for you, 5 bowls, and you'll have your 5 colors in each bowl: 1 orange, red, blue, yellow, and purple. Every student will need a blue crayon and a green crayon, a large piece of paper, and a small half-size paper to trace their hand onto and cut it out. They will also need a black crayon in order to trace their hand for the final project. This is Pablo Picasso's Flower Bouquet. To begin, we are going to trace our hand. All right, where's that beautiful smile? There we are. Okay, I'm with Kalina Lance, and she's going to be my big helper with our project, Picasso's Flowers. So Kalina, in front of you, right there on the table, and I'm going to move the camera to the table, there's a piece of paper and a marker. Can you pick up the marker and trace your hand on the piece of paper? There you go. You're going to be using a crayon, not a marker for your project. But just so the camera can see how good of a job she's doing, today for this video we're going to be using a marker. And do you see how Kalina is doing a very good job tracing just her fingers and not wiggling them around? That is a perfect job. Fantastic. Kalina, can you draw yourself a little bit of a wrist on there too? Do you see how in this picture right here, there's a tiny little bit of a wrist coming down there?
Like that?
Very good. And then we're going to bring your wrist down. So draw a little line here like it's your arm. So come down that way. Good. And now bring this line down on that side too. Very good. All right, now before you put that marker down, do you see how right here on each finger, there's like a little happy face?
That's a nail.
That's exactly right. And do you see we made the nail by making a little smile under each of the fingers? Do you see how it smiles? You have to make each of your nails by making each finger smile. There you go. Great job. That is so perfect. You are an artist, my dear friend. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and put the marker down.
Where's the cat?
Right here. I love how you're taking care of your supplies. Good artists know how to take care of their supplies. And can I have you now cut your hand out? Because later we're going to glue it on top of our art project. Okay, Kalina, we're ready for the next step. Are you ready? Okay, so in front of you have a big piece of paper, and as you can see here, we have it nice and tall and not side to side. Can you show them the wrong way to put the paper in front of them, Kalina? Yeah, that would be wrong, huh? We don't want to do that. Nope. All right, so do it nice and tall in front of you, and you are going to draw the stems of a flower. So you can see here, we have got some flower stems. Let me face it towards the camera. And the stems are going to go from the bottom all the way to the top. So your first job is to make yourself some green stems, 5 green stems, going from the bottom to the top, and you want to kind of keep them in the middle of the paper. Don't do any crazy stems out on the side. Okay? Can you do 5 tall green ones? Oh, that's the blue. Use your green. All right, there we go. 5 tall. 1. Oh, even taller. Stretch it to the sky. Good. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5. Great job. Now, what I want you to do is use your green crayon and do 5 short stems. Starting right, good. Fill in the spaces right there. Okay, 5 short ones.
How short?
That's a great question. About halfway.
Like there?
Uh-huh.
First bit.
Right. Okay, so 5 short ones, fill them in. Ready? 1. And you know, the stems, Kalina, don't be afraid. Do you see how in this one, how some of these stems curve to the side and some of them curve to the outside? They look almost a rainbow shape. Because sometimes flowers, they bend. So you feel free to make some of those bendy if you want to.
I don't.
You don't like bendy flowers?
I don't. I get rid of them.
You do? Okay, so 5 short ones. Go ahead and fill in that thing. 2, 3, 4, and do 1 more just to fill it in nice and thick.
Just right here?
Sure, anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now it's time for blue. And can I tell you, blue is the crazy color. It's just nuts, because blue doesn't get to go throughout the whole thing. If we look at our sample right here again, do you see how the blue goes just on one side, and they're these tall, so tall they're even longer than your green, and they reach to the corner? So you're going to start down here, and they're going to reach up into the corner and almost touch the corner.
Right here?
You're going to start it right at the bottom of your thing, and you're going to bend them all the way up, stretch them to the corner. Okay? So on the one side, ready?
Right there?
You're going to stretch it to that corner.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead and do 4 tall, stretchy blue ones. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4. Maybe this one doesn't reach as tall. There, perfect. All right. Look at you go, girl.
You go.
Perfect job. All right, Kalina.
Do I put it on now?
Yep. Okay, so the next step is to glue the hand onto the paper like it's holding the flowers. Make sure, Kalina, when you do the glue, stretch that glue onto each of the little fingers and make sure that all the parts get glued, okay? Just a tiny little line. Now you're going to flip that hand over and glue it onto the paper like it's holding your bouquet of flowers. Destiny, can you please move the glue bottle so we can see her flip it? There you go. Okay, now press each finger down so it gets glued to the paper. Kalina, can I show you a trick with that glue? If you get glue on your hands, you just rub your hands together, rub, and it peels off. Is it peeling off?
Yeah.
Great job. See how that works? Yep. Yep. All right, fantastic job gluing your hand down. Okay, Kalina, we are ready for the last step. Are you ready for it? Okay, what we're going to do is put flowers onto your stems. They're going to look a little like that. So, will you show us how we're going to get those flowers? Okay, what are we going to use?
The bottles.
Okay, can you pick it up and show me the bottom of the bottle so everyone can see it? Perfect. How cool is that? Is that where you got your flower? Okay, what is the step? What's the first thing you do with the bottle?
Put it in the top of the paint.
Put it into the paint. So that's the yellow bottle, so it goes in the yellow paint. So the first step is to dip it. Go ahead and dip it into the paint. So then once it's dipped, you have to let it what?
Drip.
So we're going to dip it and then let it drip. So dip it, drip it. And then what are we going to do?
Stamp it.
Stamp it. You only get to do one yellow flower in your painting, so choose your spot very carefully, okay? All right, go ahead and stamp it where you want it. And then when you pull up Pull it straight up so it doesn't smear. There you go. Okay, do you see how those flowers didn't get all the way? That's because we needed to be dipped just a little deeper. Go ahead and re-dip it. Okay, drip it again. And we're going to match it right on top. Let me show you how we match it. Okay, see how we match one side to the next? Okay, now push. Okay, please don't bump the table. And pull straight up. And now set it on the paper plate. Great job, Kalina. Look how gorgeous that is. You did fantastic. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and dip it straight in, drip it. Did you get enough paint on the bottom?
No.
Okay, a little bit more, dip it. There you go, that looks good. All right, now stamp it. Find your spot that you want it. And then stamp it. Press it down. Good, and then pull it up. Beautiful. Set that on the plate. Excellent job. Okay. All right, so now we're doing the purple color. So the first step is to dip it. Good. Dip it really good. There you go. Now we're going to let it drip. Drip it. Is that enough paint?
No.
Okay, so dip it and maybe rub it around a little to make sure it gets not enough in the bowl. Okay. All right, try that, and now let's stamp it and see what it looks like.
Okay.
And then pull it straight up. Beautiful. Okay, so step one is dip it. Then we drip it. Let it drip so it doesn't get everywhere. Good job waiting for that drip to fall. You can shake it a little so that way it falls. There you go. Perfect. And now go ahead and stamp it. And push hard. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Great job. Put it on the plate.
Oh, wow.
All right, now we're doing our last color, which is orange. Kalina, what's the first step?
Dip it.
Good. And then what?
Rip it.
Very good. And as soon as it's done dripping, you get to?
Stamp it.
Very good. Great job. Oh, look how pretty that is.
Oh, that's the good.
Oh. The last step is to do the centers of your flowers. Once the flowers are dry, go ahead and get a paintbrush. Dip it into your paint. Make sure the paint is a different color than the center. And go ahead and dab it right into the middle to make a circle. When you're finished, put the paintbrush back into the bowl, and you are done.